Hey
Hey
guys,
guys,
we're
welcome
back.
back.
This is our guest. This is our first special guest edition. This is our guest. Introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Ingrid. I'm the guest.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Okay.
What?
So we're gonna do a different vibe for today's podcast. It's gonna be about icks and also our satisfactions, like the two sides of the spectrum, like going one way and the other. So that's it. Like,
And you may have noticed this habitat change.
yes.
I hope you like it.
This is my house now. We filmed the
Yes.
last two in her house. So we're doing a little switch up. I feel like it's nice to have us change because then our videos are going to be interesting because
Yeah.
you get a new location each time. You know what I mean?
Seeing different parts of the globe.
Yes. We're in BGC now. Oh.
Oh my god!
It's okay.
No!
They won't know what
But
building
yeah,
it now.
well, you know where she is now.
Well, most people probably already know
So
where I
go
live.
hit her up.
Like,
No one knows where you live.
No, like if people from school,
Yeah.
they probably know where we all
Okay,
live.
yeah,
but-
honestly.
So
Yeah,
who
but
wants to
like-
start with their
Okay,
first
you
thing?
can. We can go like import like this.
Order?
Yeah, Audrey goes.
Okay, this is really random, but when I mix two cereals and like when I scoop a spoonful of a cereal and when both of them aren't like in equal ratio of each other.
Mm.
Like I always mix Cocoa Crunch and cornflakes.
Ooh, I do that too in a hotel.
And when there isn't like an equal ratio, I get really mad because I want different tastes.
Yeah. Okay, that's like super specific though.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like I don't care that much about my cereal ratio.
Okay,
like
whatever.
I don't really care that
We're
much.
different people.
Okay, but what I hate is when I make like overnight oats to eat like in the morning sometimes, and I hate when I mess up like on the ratio because I always make like matcha overnight oats. So I hate when I add too much and then it turns really dark green. And the matcha that I use, it's like nice quality matcha, so it's like not really sweet. And then I hate if I add too much, then I have to overcompensate in like the honey, and it just kills the vibe of my overnight oats. Like I want it to be the same every time, but I eyeball it, right? So I can't make it the same, but then it just gives me the ick that it's not perfect because then I have to keep adding more honey, and then I'm just like making it sweeter, and then I mess it up. Like it's horrible. I hate it.
I feel like
Oh.
you shouldn't eyeball it though.
But I
if
don't
you
wanna,
do
like,
want to
it-
make it perfect.
No, but
You,
it's
like,
hard to.
measure
Yeah,
out
true.
stuff.
like I can't.
Like,
Unless you're
I'm-
like a TikTok.
Yeah.
and also even if
cooker.
I use a spoon, I'm not
Exactly.
just like pouring it in.
Yeah.
You know?
No, I'll just
But,
pour
like,
it in.
No, like
I'll just eyeball it.
No.
No.
But
Because
what
if I
if a
drop the
huge
whole
chunk
thing, yeah,
comes out?
exactly.
Then you
Like,
just
you know
take
how
it back
in
in.
flour
No, if
there's
it's
some-
because in overnight oats there's milk.
But like with your
so you
fingers,
can't just pick up the matcha and put it back
Yeah.
in the packet, and that's just unsanitary. Like I'm not doing that. Like I'll spoon it out, but then it's not the same amount each time. But then it's like sometimes I just mess it up really
No,
badly.
yeah. If it's a powder, then
Like
that's
I'm
kind
not.
of gross.
It's
If
really
you're like
gross.
just
picking
the
it up.
sand.
Yeah,
I was
ew.
gonna take the same like a spoon or something and then put it back.
Yeah, but
and
why
it's
can't? If
so
you're
big.
using a spoon, just spoon it in.
Yeah,
Okay.
but then okay, yeah.
Okay, go.
Okay.
Go, man.
Okay, so one of my icks, it's gonna be food related as well. But like I make tea often, right? And then whenever I do, I make my tea, and it's a whole thing. I like how I like how to, it's like a ritual in the morning. But you know what makes me so mad and aggravated is when I pour the milk in after I've put my agave syrup and I've put my like tea bag in and it's seeped. Then the milk puts like this film on top because it's like cooked. And
Oh
it's
my
like,
God.
Oh my god!
Like
It pisses me off.
Like when I
And then-
live.
Wait, I know what you
And then-
mean.
and then
It's
it's
so
fucking-
gross.
Oh.
Continue.
Then I have to
You're
like
tweaking.
scrape it off the top, or I have to pour the whole stuff out.
No, I
the
know what you
drain.
mean.
No,
It's
I
so
get what you
gross.
mean.
And the thing is, I waited for it to seep.
Yeah.
This is my child now. Like,
Oh.
no, not my child, but it's like,
So you're rebirthing your child every
Well,
day.
it's like a whole ritual.
It's just like a
tea
thing. It's
Oh,
like
yeah.
a habit.
lot.
Like it's a good
Yeah.
start to your day when it's food and it's like
Exactly.
my like the same thing with my breakfast. Like I
Right?
want it to be good, or else
Oh,
it's
yeah.
ruining the vibe.
I ate a banana for breakfast
I
today.
didn't eat
What?
breakfast.
Because I had a football game at 8 a.m. and then I had an alarm set for 6:40 a.m. and then I woke up to it because it was by the seaside and I love that sound.
Ew, I hate it. I like the
Oh.
radar.
It's so vibey.
Mine is so
Oh, yeah.
horrifying.
But I feel like I've gotten way too used to radar now. But
oh,
yeah,
I hate it.
I-
It's too bad.
I woke up to that alarm. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
like I'm excited for the game, but like I need to sleep.
Same.
And then I did
I woke up
for
at-
one more hour until 7:40.
Wait, were you late to the game?
Yes,
Oh my
like
God.
only 5 minutes
Okay,
late
but
though, because
your
I
coach was
literally just
probably
like
really mad.
put. No, she wasn't.
Oh, I'm so
Yeah.
Okay, that says you're
Yeah.
good though.
It's just
Oh,
me.
thanks.
I remember once I like put a song as my like what's it called, alarm,
Oh.
and then every time I hear the song, it stresses me out. Like I seriously, my
Oh,
heart
yeah.
starts to like.
That's why I've never put an actual song as my alarm because
No, I also probably wouldn't wake up because it's just a song.
Oh,
Now
yeah.
every time I hear that song, I'm like,
you know, I've heard people making the like Stranger Things song "Chrissy Wake Up" as their alarm.
Ugh.
That's the dumbest decision
know.
ever.
okay,
I could
take,
never.
I
just
don't
do
like
song.
the last season of Stranger Things.
Oh,
Oh.
I do.
I just like the whole show.
I just like the
Yeah, I
vibes.
feel like it's just very
Honestly,
nostalgic. for
I've
me.
never really like hated on something so hard that I can't watch
Yeah,
it.
I just love shows set in like the 80s and 70s.
I just like shows that have like teens in it, because then it's like easy
Because
to
you're a
relate.
teen.
Yeah, exactly. It's just like time period
Yeah.
and stuff. Moving on, let's go with another ick. Go.
Okay. So when someone sits on the bench behind the treadmills in my
Oh.
gym, because I feel like
Oh
I
my God, I
walk
have one.
weirdly.
Oh my god. Wait, I had a
also-
traumatizing experience
yeah.
from the gym yesterday.
Okay,
So
go.
I went and I was on the like leg press,
Yeah.
and that's like my gym is not super big. Like it's not small or anything. Like it has all the things I want, but it's like small enough that you can see basically most of the spaces from one area. So I was sitting on the leg press machine and I was doing my set, and this woman came in and she was like with a baby, right? And she was like her like house, like okay, she's like a helper, and then her house people were in the gym like doing their workout, and the guy was on the treadmill, and there's 3 treadmills only. So it was like the guy was here, and then there was a gap, like one empty treadmill, and then there was another woman, like a random woman. And the woman, like the helper, she started taking videos of the random woman just walking on the treadmill. And I was like, what are you doing? Like, that's so weird.
My
and
jaw
I was
is
on-
dropped.
And I was about to go to the treadmill because I like to finish like 30 minutes-ish with like walking and stuff or like running.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't want to get on the treadmill if she's taking videos.
No, yeah.
It was so creepy. And I was like, why are you taking a video?
Okay, that's actually stalker.
Yeah. And it was just weirded me out.
Yeah.
I mean, I went on the treadmill eventually because I'm not going to stop. But like, it was so weird.
Yeah. Because in my gym, the treadmills are like, you can't see the people sitting behind you
Yeah.
because you're like, it's like face
The wall, yeah.
And then if anyone sits behind you, you feel like they're staring
Yeah,
at like
just
you're
at you.
behind.
Or just like
100%.
Yeah.
watching you walk. It's so weird.
I know, and people have told me I walk weird
Oh.
before.
That's mean.
no, I feel like I don't know, maybe my like hips rotate weird, but I feel like my walk is off.
No, I
So
just
whenever
oh, yeah,
people look
same.
at me walk, I'm like,
No, but
And
it's just
also
like a
my
weird-
head is like perpetually
Oh, yeah,
not
moving.
straight.
no,
Yeah.
yeah.
And it's moving too when you're
Like
walking.
every time I take a school photo or just like a fancy photo with a photo shoot, they tell me to like tilt my head a bit to make it straight.
That's really weird.
Cause like the way my head is usually like
Position,
set
yeah.
or position is not straight, and that
Same.
makes me so like.
No, but I
anxious.
feel like it's just like in the gym, like I don't want to be like watched. Like, of course,
Same.
people are gonna
Yeah.
watch you just unintentionally, but it's like when you're actively doing it, or like someone's actively doing it, especially when you're walking the treadmill because you can't see behind. It's like
Yeah.
I hate it. Okay, moving on though. But mine's also about the gym. I hate when I go to the gym and it's really crowded and there's just people there taking up space and doing nothing.
Oh yeah.
Leave! Like, don't be there. Just
Okay,
take
but
up
on the
space.
contrary, one of my satisfactions is when I actually get motivated
Same.
from people at the gym because I always like sandwich myself in between two
don't.
people on the treadmill
I
so that
like
I'm
it.
like hidden from like people around me. And then when they start like actually grinding and sprinting on the treadmill, I start like getting motivated, and then I turn my treadmill up to like 12 and
Yeah.
start like sprinting.
Okay, that's also a satisfaction of mine too. Is when for me it's like similar, but it's like when I'm the only one like actively doing something with my time in the
Yeah.
gym. Like when people are just like on their phones and I'm the only one actually doing a workout. Like it makes me feel good about myself.
Yeah.
But I hate that they're just there taking up space because like as I said before, my gym is not super big. That there's enough equipment for like everyone to be on something and there to be enough space for people who actually want to use it. Like it's relatively small for like the amount of people living in my building, and so. It's just like so. I'm like
this
exposed.
is yeah.
No, but let's hear me out. Like I went to
Okay,
the gym the
am
other
hearing
day.
you.
There was like a kid there. Maybe we were similar in age. Like I had no idea who he was, but he sat in the gym. We literally entered at the same time, and he left like a minute before me. He did one exercise, maybe the whole time we were there. He would sit on like the thing, like a machine or whatever, and play games on his phone, and then do a set and get up and move to another machine. And I'm like, if you just want to play games, you can go home. Like you're taking because the gym is not big enough for everyone to have like all the equipments they want. So
Yeah.
if I'm gonna be doing something and you're sitting on the machine or like piece of equipment I want, get up because I'm not gonna ask for someone to like, can I have it? Like I'm not gonna say that. So like I just had to wait for him to like leave or like move away from the thing I wanted. I was like, just leave, like if you're just playing games. And there was an older guy in there too, and he was like side-eyeing this kid so hard. And I was like, I know he thinks this generation is so bad because he was just like playing games on his phone.
No, yeah.
But I felt like I was restoring the generation then. Like I was satisfied because I was the only one working out.
Restoring.
Yeah, I was like making Gen Z's reputation good by actually working out and
Yeah,
not being
honestly.
like I'm in there for an hour. I don't want to be there for more than that. Like I'm not
Yeah.
interested in being there for like 2.5 hours. Like I'm not wasting my time.
Yeah.
Like I can go home and use my Wi-Fi.
And I
also don't want to waste my
sunlight as
data.
well.
And I also don't want to waste my data.
Yeah.
Like,
And I
it's
want to
too much
see
effort.
sunlight as well because my gym is underground.
My gym is also pretty dark.
Yeah, so it's like dark and
Yeah.
just an enclosed space.
Yeah.
And it feels like kind of suffocating
Yeah.
after a while.
And
But it's
like,
also nice to know that you did something.
it's nice to know you did something, but then I just don't get how people sit there for an hour and then feel good about themselves
Yeah.
going home. Like I'm going there for a reason. Like I'm gonna do something.
Yeah.
Literally. You know, also side ick when people like go somewhere where it's like there's an obvious like I don't know goal and purpose, and then
Yeah.
they just don't do it.
Yeah.
That annoys me.
Oh my
It's like,
God.
I'm
my
here
God.
efficiently working, doing something,
Yeah.
and you're here just waddling around.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
what?
Like,
why are you?
Why are you here?
Why are you here?
Go home. Like
Like-
you have. If you just want to do something on your phone, like go home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't waste your data, please.
Yeah.
It's expensive.
You're like
go
taking
on
up
the
space.
Wi-Fi.
Yeah, or at least download some
Yeah.
YouTube videos
Yeah.
of the Chatterbox Chronicles.
Or
to
download
watch
our
on the
download our episode on Spotify.
Now you can finally watch our episodes
the
without
link-
needing to open YouTube all the time.
Yeah, the link for the Spotify is in our Instagram bio too, and it will be in the description box of this video so that we know because we made it for you guys.
Yes.
Yeah.
Smash
Yes.
that like button.
Smash the like button and comment
Comment
down below
below.
what you want to see next. Okay, moving on. let's
Okay.
let's go with the satisfaction this time, so we're not. Or
Oh yeah. Okay, this is kind of connecting back to the last episode about dreams. But in my dreams, I often like shower or like have, or like pee like in a toilet. But then in real life, I
where else are
actually
you peeing?
no. But you know how some people do talk about how they like pee in a dream and they're like never use that toilet you see in your
Yeah,
dream.
yeah,
But
yeah.
I have, and I've never actually like peed on my bed. in real
Okay,
life.
continue.
I mean, maybe when I was like 4 years
Okay.
old. But yeah, that's my
That's a
satisfaction.
satisfaction.
Yeah,
Oh.
that I knew that I like outsmarted
okay,
the
the
dream
dream
gods.
and you didn't pee.
Yeah.
That's okay. I probably have peed in my dreams when I saw there was
Okay,
a
that's
toilet.
ultra specific as well, but you get what I mean.
Oh wait, speaking of dreams, can I go
What
with
if you have a
satisfaction?
Yeah.
seizure?
Wait, it just
Go.
popped in my mind.
Okay,
You
go.
know when you can like have a dream and you can control it, it brings me so much joy.
Wasn't that lucid dreaming? though?
Yeah, that's. I don't think that's like a dream.
Yeah.
Bro, you can just like dream it though. Like when you're asleep, like you're not like awake.
I think this might
And
just
then
be
you
you.
Do you mean like? Oh my God! Side
Like
note.
like for example, like flying in a dream.
Yeah.
You can just fly in a
Oh,
dream.
I understand what you mean
But
now.
You know, like you can control your dream. Like of course, there's some
Yeah,
moments
yeah,
where it's like
yeah,
you're
yeah.
trying
Oh,
to
yeah.
run, but
Yeah,
then
yeah,
you
yeah,
go
yeah,
so
yeah, yeah. You
off
just
and
take
fly.
off. Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
understand what
You know what
mean.
I
That
mean?
makes
But there
so
are like
much sense
certain
now.
aspects where you can control it. That brings
Yeah.
me joy.
Okay, but I feel like you can't. You feel like you can control it while you're in the dream, but like when you wake up, you know that
Yeah,
like
you can.
that was
Yeah.
just part of your dream.
Yeah.
Honestly.
You know?
But okay, another thing that I like hate when you're like trying to do something in your dream, but then your dream does the exact opposite. Like when you're trying to run fast,
I don't.
and then it
Oh
goes
my
so
God.
slow.
Okay, but I don't
or you,
try
like, run
to do
in
things in my
circles.
dream. Like it just happens. Like I know you can do it, but I never try. So that's why I don't really.
Oh,
get
I feel like I try.
I never
Well,
try. I just live in the
try.
moment of my
And
dream.
side note, I have like sleep paralysis.
Okay.
What?
Like every couple of months. Like I dream. What?
What? She's gonna be watching this.
No, I've told her.
Okay,
about this.
continue.
I've told my
we have like
family.
we
about
have like 7 minutes.
Oh yeah. Oh my gosh.
Continue.
But I feel like we've kept this pretty concise. so
Continue.
far. Oh my god, we have
We
6
got-
minutes.
Continue.
But yeah, I just have sleep paralysis. That's it. Let's move on.
Okay, a satisfaction of mine though when it comes to dreaming stuff, right? Since we're always on the same topic. Sometimes when I go, like I wake up in my, like I sleep really long. Like on the weekends I wake up at like 11. Like I really like sleeping.
Same.
And I have, even when I was younger, I slept so long. Like I always sleep. Like I'm, like even my parents were like we don't even need to bother because we know she's gonna wake up at like 12. Like it doesn't matter,
Sleeping
right?
Beauty in her element.
Yeah, like I sleep so much, it's not even real. But I feel like for me, like it happens all the time. Like I know you can restart your dreams. Like it's like a pause when you wake up. Like
Yes.
sometimes I'll wake up to go to the bathroom.
Yes.
And I
So
love
that
when I
happens.
come back to my bed and I lie down and then I dream and it's like a continuation.
Yeah.
Oh,
Because, yeah, it's like
especially
bro.
when it's an amazing dream.
Yeah. And I know it's like a thing that you do, like if you keep your spine in the same position, like you
What?
can.
What?
Yeah, it's
What
like
are
a
you
thing.
getting
Oh
It's
yeah,
science.
but like when I accidentally wake up in the middle of the night to
And you
pee,
move
I don't like open my eyes
Same,
that much, so I
of
don't
course.
get like blinded by lights.
Yeah, and I also don't like to open my eyes because then I'm gonna naturally wake
Yeah.
up no matter
Why
what.
don't you like fall down like?
No, I just like
No.
squint.
like
Like
you just
that?
try to not
And you
think
also-
of anything.
And it's also
you
like
know?
muscle memory. Like my
Yeah.
bathroom is like 5 steps from my bed. Like I don't need to
Oh,
be like
that's
walking
true.
down
Oh,
a giant. Hers is a little farther, but
yeah,
it's
mine is
still
like
like
10 steps.
yeah, but it's like you know
But
the
you get
hallway.
what I
Like
mean.
it's the
Yeah.
same
Yeah.
thing. So it's like I also just like be in the dark. Like I'm not gonna
Oh,
turn
I
on
could
the light.
never.
I could
I'm
never.
really,
I'm
I'm
in the
really
dark.
scared of the dark, guys.
Oh.
Stop! But yeah, I feel
Okay.
like I've always been.
I'm not afraid of the dark. I really like. I can't sleep in any like light, but I understand what she means because I also was like that for a very long time.
I'm really afraid of the dark, but also I can't have a
Yeah.
night light on or anything like in my room that's like
I think
lighted
it's just,
up
like-
when I sleep.
I don't think you have like a fear of the dark. I think you just like don't like the idea of like being in complete darkness when you're awake. Like it's not like anything like that deep. Do you know what I mean? Like it's like if you're awake, you don't want to like I don't want to be in complete darkness when I'm awake. Like if I have a choice, I turn on the light.
True.
So it's like you're not actually afraid of it. You just don't want to be in it.
I think I am afraid though.
But I
No,
think
I
if
was
you're
afraid
afraid,
of
you'd have
it.
a nightlight.
Bro, I was afraid of it when I was
Oh,
like
that's
a
You
kid.
definitely would have a nightlight if
That
you're
is
afraid.
true.
You're really not afraid then.
But like I remember I was like afraid of it as a kid, and then my dad
Yeah.
was like, just think of it this way, like if there was like, cause he was asking me like, what are you afraid of? I'm
Yeah.
afraid of, and I was like, I'm scared someone's gonna like grab me or something.
Oh,
and,
same.
like,
Oh,
and then he was like, but think about it, if it's like light,
yeah.
then he'll like easily find you.
Yeah.
Like if you're a kid, you will have no choice. But if it's dark, then you can hide.
Yeah.
oh,
And then he won't
That's
find
really
you.
good logic, actually.
Right? And I was like,
Yeah.
oh, if it's light, then where am I gonna go? Where am I gonna hide?
Oh,
But if
that's
it's
true.
dark, I could just hide anywhere. I'm so small.
Oh no,
Like, when I
my
was,
thing
like,
is
young.
like when I was scared of the dark before when I was younger, I would literally sprint from my bed to the bathroom
Oh, same.
and I dive onto my bed from like
Oh,
5
same.
feet away.
I bet that's me right now. But I figured out a system where I can have one light on all the time. Because I have a lamp right beside my bed, so I
Yeah.
can just turn that off and go straight to sleep.
Yeah, I have a lamp next to
Honestly,
my bed
yeah.
too.
But also, I feel like if you were afraid of the dark, then you wouldn't be able to like look at your phone in the dark.
Oh, for sure.
Because then you'd be aware of the dark
darkness
around
around
the phone.
you, yeah.
But I'm sometimes just encapsulated.
I really
by
don't
the
think you're
reels.
afraid of the dark, Audrey.
Yeah.
You're really not afraid of the dark.
Sorry, that was kind of pick me when I
No,
said
it's
that. but-
I think you just didn't
It's valid,
realize.
though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't. Okay,
Like I
moving
get
on.
it though.
yeah.
Yeah.
Moving on though, another satisfaction though is like when you plan your outfit in your head and then you put it on and it actually
Ooh.
looks good. It makes
Yeah.
me feel so good. Like I really thought that through. And it
Yeah,
actually
that was
worked
all
out.
of us today.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
This my top is from TikTok Shop, guys, and it was so cheap. I'm telling you, TikTok Shop is the place to be.
Yeah, it was 100 pesos.
Including shipping.
Send the link.
100 pesos including
Yeah.
But technically, this outfit was only probably like
Cheap.
$20
Okay, that's a
total.
lot more than
because
mine.
like
even my
like,
skirt might be like
everything
$20.
except for my pants are like my mother's. So thank you, mom.
Yeah, I can't relate. My mom doesn't keep her clothes. Sorry, mom.
Did you guys just hear that?
Yeah,
it's
I
just
did.
the neighbor store.
Oh. Okay.
The walls are not very thick here.
Nice.
Yeah.
Another ick. What's another ick?
This should be the last one before we wrap this
Yeah,
up.
let's have a
sadly.
good
Okay,
thing to
Yeah.
end
My
on.
whole ick is like playing ping pong with
Huh?
playing ping pong with someone who's not good at ping pong. Because I'm
No.
terrible.
Oh, I'm terrible.
No, I'm terrible.
Oh, like
and they're
even
terrible.
worse.
And then you keep on hitting it, but then they don't hit it, and then they like run after the ball, and then
Oh,
it's like
that's a very really
I think I love
specific
playing
thing.
ping pong with people who
you-
are like the same level of me, but just agree to like do rallies the whole time.
Yeah, obviously.
Like it's just fun like that.
I never play ping pong. So
Like
I'm not.
shout
into
out
that.
to Amelia, but
See, I told you I can't.
Amelia,
I told you.
Amelia, I know you're watching this, but remember in summer scheme when we just
Oh
like
my
tried
God.
to get the longest rally possible, and then you said that you got like a 300 rally with your
Okay.
dad like 5 days later, and I was like, I thought this was our thing.
okay,
Okay, but yeah, that was your little mention.
Okay, moving on.
Wait.
Let's end with something better than ping pong. No
Bro,
offense.
it's
But
so
it's such a-
valid.
It's such a specific
anyone
thing.
watching, I know you know what I'm thinking. Like trust, I'm not the only one.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think about that ever. Like
What?
I genuinely.
You know when it like goes flying, and then you're like running back, and you like hit it, and then it's like a big ick because you're both icking.
No,
I haven't
never.
played ping pong in a long time.
Same. I never really played.
Sorry
ping
to my
pong.
Chinese ancestors.
What?
I watched
Like, I'm
the ping
supposed to
pong
be good.
Olympics, guys.
Oh yeah, she did.
I went to
in real
I went to the table tennis Olympics this summer. It was actually really fire because we met, like, there was this one really cool guy from, like, Senegal, and then he...
No! Wait, the camera's on.
It's the same thing that happened last episode, guys. The camera turned. I think it always turns off at like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Now. Maybe it's like a thing. Okay, back to my point about the Senegalese. So he was like really
Why
cool.
did you like scream so like prolongedly though? You're like, oh my god. Okay, go on. We have no time left.
Finish. So basically, the guy that was like competing in the Olympics, he was like a really like I think he was definitely an underdog. He was playing like some random white guy, and then he was like it was like set versus set, like they were winning each set and then losing each set, and it was such a good match. And I think the whole room was just watching them, and he didn't end up winning, but we gave him like a standing, like the whole crowd, gave him like a standing ovation, and I just felt like I was part of something bigger than myself, like when I watched that.
That's
like,
also
I just felt
very
so
specific though.
I know it was
Like
just,
not many people can relate to
Exactly,
What do
like,
you
it
mean
was
the whole
just-
room was watching. It's the Olympics. Isn't
No,
that
but
the whole
there's
thing?
4 tables going on at the same
Yeah.
time. But no one was watching. Like, sorry to the other competitors, but no one was watching you. We were all watching that one guy, and they always like to leave. They have to do like a whole walkthrough, kind of like like walk around the whole thing almost. And it was like such a like I just felt so cool. Like I just felt like I was doing something for the world, sitting there like clapping along. Like I just felt like such a global citizen, you know. And then after I got to meet his coach.
What?
So
Yeah,
lucky.
and because he just
Lucky?
walked up and I was like, "Hey,
Why
can I
didn't
take
you
a
say
picture?"
sign me up for some classes?
Yeah.
Yeah, I should have, but
You
no.
could have been like, hey there.
I really wanted to meet the player, but I just met his coach, and his coach was really nice, and I took a picture with him,
Nice.
with my friends.
And I think the moral of the story is go to the Olympics at least once a
yeah,
year.
it's a once in a lifetime.
Honestly,
Okay,
yeah.
I wanted to go to the gymnastics one because I watched this on the day I was leaving Paris.
Yeah.
So it was like almost like a last minute thing, and this one was pretty expensive, but like it was so worth it. Like spend the money, spend it on the ticket. It's so worth it. Like it really was. I was debating not going to, and I'm really glad I did in the end because it was so worth it.
It's a moment though.
It's
It's
a
a
moment.
moment for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
Like, even if you're not a sports fan, you should see
Yeah.
it.
And even if it comes around every 4 years, like it
Yeah.
doesn't happen that you're in that same place every 4 years. Like it's a very like lucky draw.
It's a
And I was
thing.
and I was lucky to be there, and it was like just like completely random. Like I obviously don't watch table tennis, but it was such a good moment. But yeah,
So,
the
yeah.
moral of the story is also that you might have a lot of icks, but your satisfactions will not 90% of the time be more like joyful and will bring you more
Yes.
happiness. And
Yeah.
you don't need to be so invested in all those icks.
Yes.
Like don't
Yeah.
think about them as much as
Don't
you
focus on the icks. Like focus on the satisfaction.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like all of
like,
the icks we mentioned, we actually don't really think
about
them
until
that
this
often.
moment. Yeah. We just kind of thought about it in order to like talk about it, but
Yeah.
we don't really think about
Yeah.
them as often. Like they'll happen on a day-to-day basis,
Yeah.
sure, but like it's not like something you should be investing your
they're
life
so
on.
minor.
Yeah, and it's just like something that will happen, and like you might be icked at yourself too, but like it really doesn't matter in the long run, and it's
Yeah.
like you shouldn't care too much about all those things. And if you're trying to see if like someone's a good person or you're like interested in other people, you don't have to use their icks or like their small
Yeah.
problems as an excuse to not like them, because that's really not who they are, and you can't hate on someone for just being like a person, because we all have faults.
Also, I feel like in the moment, whenever you get that like feeling of satisfaction, like focus on that. Like too many times I like focus on the icks and I'm like icking myself, you know.
Yeah.
But I feel like I shouldn't be doing that.
Yeah,
Like,
I
as-
don't think we should.
As a general rule, like focus on the satisfaction part and like
Yeah.
keep that vibe going inside
Because
of you.
Yeah.
life is 90% your reaction and 10% what actually
Yeah.
happens to you.
And
So,
even though you should appreciate the rare things in life, like the Olympics every 4 years, you should also appreciate the common and everyday
yeah,
things.
like the mundane is actually really
Yes.
good. Like we read a poem in
Yeah.
English.
Philip
by-
Larkin.
No, we read one by T.S. Eliot too,
Oh.
like the other day, like literally on Friday, we read one in class, and
Yeah.
he described like going through his daily routine, and
Yeah.
we talked about how it was so mundane. And now that I was thinking about it, we were all thinking of it as such a negative thing,
Yeah.
but it's not always gonna be that bad. Like, sure,
Yeah.
in the context of the poem, it was written pretty poorly, like in a negative way, but you don't have to think of it that way. Like that mundane life is sometimes all that you
Yeah.
really need to be like truly happy with things. Like it might not be super exciting, but like then when those once in a lifetime thing happens, like going to the Olympics and like seeing all that stuff, it's like it just makes it feel better.
Yeah, and one last thing before we end this off, but I saw this like poem on Twitter about like 4 best friends catching up over dinner, and it was just like different things they would say, but like really random things, and I found that really like
Yeah.
beautiful for some reason.
And
like,
I always see like those videos or like photos of people with like different mugs, and it's like the drink is at a different level, and it's like we all went out and this is what each person did. Like they talked, they laughed, they listened,
Oh.
and that just feels like that's just so sweet.
Yeah.
That's cute.
But
Yay.
anyways,
That's it for today's
Yeah.
episode.
That's it for
We
today.
really hope you enjoyed it.
Yeah, I really liked this
Yeah.
episode personally. I
This
think
is probably my
Yeah.
favorite one so
to film
far.
at least. This one has been like a breeze.
Yeah,
So,
and I hope you guys enjoyed the new
Yeah.
setup
setup.
too.
Yeah, we'll give you another one next episode
Yeah.
too. Okay.
Bye.
Bye.